That said, though, speaking of fantastic runs we've got Chaos Wolf running CULTIC any percent inbounds coming up live at you now. So, eyes peeled, you're not going to want to miss a single bit of this.
Hello everyone, I am Chaos Wolf, and this is CULTIC. This came out back in October. It's an FPS game inspired by Resident Evil 4 and a bit of influence from Blood. And we're just going to jump right into this. We go new game casual. And we wait to skip this cutscene here. Timing begins when we load into the level. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so movement in CULTIC involves using our jump, our dodge, and the kick. You can bind all these on one key, or you can bind them all individually. I prefer doing 2 on 1 and leaving kick on his own key. It's just more comfortable for me. And yeah, we build up a ton of momentum very quickly. It's kind of hard to control, but it's ultimately what I find most fun about this game. So, down in here, we're going to grab these weapon parts, and that is going to be used to upgrade our shotgun. Now, this first part, this is where I need to focus most. This is the hardest trick for me. There we go, first try. Alright, and now we'll be heading down into this section. We're gonna be locked in here once we pick up a key, and it will introduce a new enemy called a Harvester. And this, I think, would be a good time. If there's anything to read out, go ahead and take it away.
All right, well, just a reminder that we are here raising money for 988 Lifeline. 988 Lifeline, which was funded by SAMHSA and administered by Vibrant Emotional Health, is the new name for the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. And they are the leader in suicide prevention and mental health crisis care. Woo, I just skipped past part of that. I'm being influenced by you speedrunners. So if someone, you or someone you know, is having thoughts of suicide or experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides connection to free, confidential support. There's hope. The Lifeline works. And for 24/7 confidential support, you can just call, text, or chat 988, and !donate in chat will get you the link to our donation processor. So you can make a donation. Again, all of your donations to this event are going to support that fantastic cause.
Thank you for that. So I picked up the 2 weapon parts that are available, and that gave us just enough to upgrade our shotgun. Like Resident Evil 4, this game has a linear upgrade system, and we can choose the one we need most right away. And so we grab the packed shells for the shotgun, which has a lot of knockback, not only to enemies, but to ourselves, and that enables shotgun jumping like that. So we sequence break by heading up here to grab the captain's key, or I'm sorry, the mine key, and now we head into the mine itself. Now the jump kicks, or jump boosting, kick boosts, whatever, there's many names for them. We haven't all agreed on something, but with the low ceilings of the mine, it's kind of hard to avoid bumping into the wooden beams, so we throw in another key input with crouching through there. And I'm gonna heal up a bit, and that's it, off to the mine town. So Mine Town has this sequence where you're supposed to collect these 2 parts to repair a bridge, and that also spawns in a bunch of zombies. Well, the game calls them infected, but they're very zombie-like. That takes too long, so we just kick over. And then we'll head through the Mine Town here, ignoring all the other zombies. Jump kick onto this roof. Then we come through this Wow, thanks, pellets. I hit that first time every shot in practice, and now it wants to go right around it. So, yeah, this introduces a new enemy called a ghost. Looks like a, you know, if you were a child, you ever pretend you're a ghost, you throw a bed sheet over yourself? That's essentially what these guys are. They have telekinetic powers, and they toss stuff around at you for very high damage. And thankfully you got out of there okay. And now for probably one of the shortest levels in the whole run because of this sequence break we can do. So, if anybody's familiar with like Half-Life, the source engine, how if you pick up objects it would bang around and create a lot of noise. Thankfully, in this game, objects become intangible whenever you pick them up, so we can line up there against that minecart, and as soon as we release it, it becomes solid again, and that will push us through thin barriers like what happened there. And if we really want to squeeze out the time, we can jump and shotgun boost to touch the end level trigger. Crypts. This is probably the most annoying level to navigate in because of the low ceiling and the flooded area where we can't really slide through it. Plus it's also very dark. Alright. So I'm going to grab those extra shotgun shells. And you may notice, so one thing that's I find very innovative, I wish more FPS games would have, is a portable medkit you can carry around with you. I mean, like, Duke Nukem had something similar, but you could never, like, restock it by picking up health from enemies, and that's essentially anything that doesn't get used, you store half of it into your medkit. So it kind of incentivizes you for staying at full health. And now that we grab that key, all the skeletons in the crypt are going to start waking up. They can be very aggressive. And there's one up at the top here. I'm going to actually quick... Oh, the game's not letting me quick save. I don't know why it does that sometimes in some spots. But yeah, that shotgunner is especially dangerous. I've been one-shot many times before, so I always look out for him. And again, we can touch the end level trigger. Even though I'm falling there, as long as it's fading out, you're fine. And now we come off to our first boss level. So I'm going to throw down exactly 7 TNT bundles in preparation for the boss. I've already lost count by talking too much. Throw in one extra one just in case. So yeah, this is done in waves. There's 3 waves. The game will go into like a slow mode whenever you kill the last one from the wave, and that's pretty much it. Third one, then after the third one, the boss comes out, and now would be a good time. We got a lot. This is about 3 minutes max. We can read off whatever you got for us.
All right. Well, Chad is having fun watching. But I do have a donation here, $20 from Bug Doctor, who just says, "Let's go." Thank you so much for that generous donation, Bug Doctor. Chaos Wolf is zooming through this run, so you know what? I think command received. And since we've got a little more time, again, if you're watching us, Modern Doom Speedrunning, please feel free to check out our Discord, our Twitter, our social media. All of those links are handy underneath the stream page. And if you've missed any of the fantastic runs on our schedule, you will be sure to catch it on our YouTube. So you don't want to miss out. Thank you all so much for being here with us as we raise money for 988 Lifeline.
Alright, and now we are on to Wave 3. This will have the most, or like elite enemies. We can have anywhere from none at all to about 3 of the Harvesters, which is the big guy with the chainsaw. You can also throw some ghosts at us. And so far I haven't seen any one of those. There we go, there's a harvester. So, and a ghost right behind him. So the Molotovs are your best bet against harvesters. Basically the way fire and Molotovs work is that once an enemy reaches a certain threshold, they will enter into the burn animation. And with one well-placed grenade, we can just melt right through the tank after that phase. And that's it, that's that level. And 237, that's decent. I would definitely take that in a run. Okay. Asylum Grounds is where the game will introduce the sharpshooter, which has the FG-42, the paratrooper rifle. But we move too fast for them to be an issue. In fact, we take more damage from fall damage than we do from getting shot by them. Alright, and we can safely drop off into that water. Oops. Alright, grab those extra supplies. You don't really need those, but I'm being extra safe. Gonna drop this down right here. Alright, and now for the end level speed tech that we do. It's been discussed a little bit earlier, I think during the control run, but this also has coyote time. And we're so we're gonna save mid-air, reload that save. And I messed it up. I actually was not at the right spot, so let me clear out these jerks so they don't distract me. Alright, let's see where we're at now. There we go. Okay, second try is not bad. So yeah, upon loading the save, that resets your coyote time and you can jump. And that is the best way to get across that. We used to use dynamite and it was very finicky. It was a pain. Alright, and now the asylum itself is where the game starts to introduce, you see all that red fog around their eyes. It's the enhanced cultists. They have pretty much all their stats increased, including their sound effects are like lowered in pitch to try to make them sound creepier. It's also got a bunch of ghosts, and they could potentially throw objects at me as I'm trying to set up for this. But we got through just fine. And so the dev has requested I shoot the bell, so there you go, that was for Jason. And we're gonna start up. Oh no, this is bad. Alright, we gotta wait for the fire to clear. I get hit like at the last possible second. And then they threw fire everywhere, but that's it. Alright. Now, we've been flying through these levels too quickly to really enjoy much of the music, but this one is by far my favorite track in the whole game. Kind of panicked there. I didn't want to take too much fall damage. So we got to turn off this lava flow, and to do that, we got to head down. Oh, don't get to the door. Did I get it? Okay, good. We don't want those guys following us. I'm gonna quick save here, because this room is really dangerous with all these mutants and infected. I'm gonna quick save again. Alright. And with that valve, we can turn that off. Shoot this poor guy, and he didn't even drop a med kit. There we go, we got one from him. See, I'm trying to... Oh, crap. Let's go back around. So I'm trying to stay topped off on health and my med kit. so I'm picking them up wherever I can by shooting enemies. Grab these. Normally I skip all that, but just for extra marathon safety, I'm gonna grab them. And yeah, so these guys called adepts, they carry a submachine gun in one hand and a double barrel in the other. If you rush them, will blast you in the face, and it can potentially one-shot you if there's two of them right there. So it's a good thing that didn't happen. And that's it. We're coming up to the last level already. So in the ritual chamber, we got to upgrade our grenade launcher for slam fire and the extended magazine. And then I'm going to ready up the tertiary fire, where we, what the dev is lovingly called the Molamite. It sets up dynamite with the Molotov. I'm going to toss in 4 TNT bundles and reset. The timing will be on the final hit after we drop the shields a few more times. 2, 3, 4. One more phase. 1, 2, and that is time. And there's a sound glitch coming up here as the debris is falling, and I think this is fixed on the current patch. And there it was. But yeah, I don't play on the current patch because of reasons. But yeah, that's CULTIC. 80% inbounds.
GG. Oh, you weren't kidding when you told me this was a short run beforehand, because I knew the estimate was short, but you zoomed through that. Wow.
And, well, I would first of all like to thank MDSR for having me show off this game. I absolutely love it. Big shout out to Jason. He wanted to commentate, but he was in the process of moving. He doesn't have access to the internet, but he's absolutely just an incredible guy. He's totally on board with speedrunning, very supportive. He even came by my stream and gave out a couple keys for the game. He's just really great guy. And yeah, if you would like to join the community or learn this speedrun, you can go to speedrun.com/cultic, where you'll find the Discord link. Scuddy and I both run the leaderboard and the Discord, and but yeah, that's all I've got. If you would like to follow me, it's chaos_wolf on Twitch, and that's it. Throwing it back over to you.
Well, chat has been calling you a legend, so you know what? You heard the runner. Go ahead, give him a follow. And of course, I hope that you all have that has gotten you all continuing to be pumped, because we still have more fantastic runs coming up right after this. So stick around.